Hey everyone, this is Dawn Burgeons, Dawn Burgeons Tarot. This reading is for the sign of Gemini for the month of December 2021. This is my first Gemini reading, the first of many more to come. Thank you for being here. Hope you get something out of it. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Guardian Angels, Angels of Love, Protection, Healing. I decrease so Spirit may increase with messages of affirmation, synchronicity, enlightenment, and guidance for the collective of Gemini. Cards have been pre-shuffled. Let's see what we have for the energy of Gemini. What is the current energy of Gemini at this moment? What is the current energy of Gemini during this time? One more. Alrighty. So we have the 8 of Wands and we have the 9 of Wands. So we have some heavy Sag energy going on. Sagittarius. This 8 of Wands, of course, it can encompass a couple of things. One of them being, like rapid succession of your manifestations, things just kind of being at a standstill for a while and then everything just kind of happening all at once. It could be a lot of different, even though it's not a swords card or an air card, it could still kind of represent a lot of different ideas that a person is having, or a lot of different thoughts that are just kind of circulating, thoughts that are kind of percolating, and a lot of things, they're trying to figure out and sort out a lot of things. This 9 of Wands, it is about, of course, it's about resiliency and kind of like the evolution that kind of comes from going through different challenges and coming out a winner, going through different challenges, coming out better in the end, better than you were before when you were going in. If you notice this particular 9 of Wands, in this particular image, it's a female, but it's not gender specific. But, there was a point where she could barely stand, and she was just a shadow of herself. But now she is standing upright. She looks very confident. And, of course, the 9 of Wands is right before the 10 of Wands. And, the 10 of Wands is about just calling it a wrap. Everything just kind of finally, it's about finality of a very difficult time or tumultuous time. So this person, they are pretty much at that precipice. They're about to be done with these patterns, this chapter of their life. And I'm feeling like for some people, I'm gonna dive a little deeper before I even go there. Can I please get a couple of clarifiers for this 8 of Wands and 9 of Wands energy? What is the current energy of Gemini at this moment? Please clarify the 8 and 9 of Wands. Thank you. One more. So we have the 5 of Cups and we have the 3 of Cups. Scorpio and Cancer. I'm feeling like this person has evolved from a particular state, or is evolving, and coming through stronger. But I feel like the heart of this matter is involving something that did not come to fruition as intended. I'm feeling like it's something that kind of puts Gemini in a state of like depression, I'm getting for some people. I'm feeling like there's been a betrayal of some kind. Like whenever I see these, like, I feel like, you know, this Five of Cups and this Three of Cups, if you notice in these particular depictions, the Three of Cups, you see that they're kind of spilled over. And that's, of course, typically is indicative to what's been lost in the situation. And I see these women in this next image, and there's Three of Cups. You know, they're holding three chalices, three cups as well. So I'm feeling like someone has taken something from you. Like someone has betrayed you in some type of way in matters of the heart. Like maybe, you know how we have like those fair weather friends, people that are, you know, fake. You know, they act like they're your friends, but they're really not. Like, or maybe someone, it could be a situation, because of course this Three of Cups also is conducive to a third party situation. So maybe a relationship was ruined, or was has ended because of someone's betrayal. For some people, I'm feeling like this betrayal could be a little bit more intense, in the sense that this could be someone who you were actually cool with or had some kind of like rapport with, that ended up betraying you with your partner. And for some people, I'm feeling like this is just dealing with two-faced people that are being very messy and causing you, like, it may be something on the job, or it may be something on social media, or it just could, you know, people that just are trying to pick at you and bullying and like that type of situation. In other words, I'm feeling this Three of Cups in this low vibe, but I'm feeling like you know, this person, I feel like you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. And I know that sometimes when we're dealing with certain situations, it's hard. It's like, you know, it can kind of chip away at our self-esteem. It can hurt our pride. It can make us kind of question every little thing about ourselves, and wonder like what's, you know, but I feel like karmically, whatever situation this is that you're in, you're so far above it. I'm going to get one more card. This Eight of Wands, to me, in this particular scenario, and I feel like I'm deviating from the typical and technical definition of this card, but I just feel like this is just someone feeling like they have a lot of things coming at them at one time. Like there may be multiple situations that are kind of occurring at one time, and they're feeling like they're kind of drowning right now, in a sense, but they're trying their best to be strong, or at least wear that facade, like faking it till they make it. But when they're alone, it just kind of hits them. This drama and this messiness. And can I get one more card for the energy of Gemini? Okay, so we have the Fool, air energy, the card of new beginnings. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's time for a new start. It's time to get out of this kind of situation with these people. It's time to totally disengage this situation. Let people think what they want to think. You don't have to meet minds with them. You don't have to communicate with these people. Or at least for some people, I'm feeling like, now, if this is a situation where, let's say it's a work situation or someone who is like a family member, or a spouse, or someone that you kind of have to have some sort of dealings with until things, until other, until the opportunity to make your exit, or until they make their exit arises. But I'm feeling like for some people, yeah, it's time to start over. Like pretty much I'm feeling like for most people there is an escape. I feel like this is something that you don't necessarily have to deal with. It's not something, it's not people that you are just, that are like unavoidable. The good thing about this Fool card and about starting over is just about learning, taking with you the lessons that you've learned from past experiences. Maybe I'm feeling like someone probably overshared too much with people who really weren't the right people to be telling all your business to, and maybe someone put out some information about you, just being catty, or maybe someone took a situation and kind of twisted it and tried to, frame you in a certain light that's not entirely accurate. Just, I mean, it's a myriad of like scenarios that I'm getting, so you'll have to take it how it fits. But I'm just sensing that, yeah, Gemini, it's time for a fresh start, and it's not about like running away from these people and letting these people like have that type of stronghold over you. It's just about healing yourself and being a part, like being, getting yourself out of that toxic environment. You know what I mean? Like not just, sitting here and dawdling in it. And it don't matter how strong you appear, or how, or the face that you try to put on, or the facade that you try to put on, internally. I feel like for some people, this Nine of Wands, it is, because initially when I started, I'm like, yeah, it's resiliency. It's about, like this person couldn't even stand up at times. And now, they're standing upright. But now that I've gone a little deeper, I'm feeling like for some people, this is absolutely an exterior. They're putting on airs, or not putting on airs, but it's an exterior. It's a front. Like they're trying to, just be as strong as they can, but on the inside, this is kind of like representative of what's going on within. Like they feel broken down or beat down, but over this situation, it seems like they've it's hurt them a lot. But there is freedom, and again, with this Fool card, anything that's not a blessing is a lesson. So yeah, it's time to set out on a new road of discovery, new things, new people, new camaraderie. It's time to flip all of this negative energy, because this, even though it seems, things seem so detrimental when you're going through it, but I can guarantee, you're going to look back one day and it's not going to even faze you, not one bit. We just have to get through this moment, through these moments, the best way we can. What action does Gemini need to take at this time? What action does Gemini need to take at this time? Where should Gemini's focus be? Can I get one more? Where should Gemini's focus be? What action should Gemini take during this time? So we have the Nine of Discs and we have the Princess of Cups. So we have earth energy. We also have a little water. We have that Virgo energy as well. Nine of Discs, independence, focusing on your foundation, focusing on the things that make you fulfilled, focusing on growing your garden and cultivating your own garden, channeling your energies into something that is satiating for you, for your soul, your pneuma, your progress, you know. I feel like, yeah, for some people this was a relationship and now they're moving on just kind of independently, and but this Princess of Cups, you know, is kind of indicating, you know, don't you know, to not look down on love because of whatever has happened to you in the past, you know. Starting over, just like this Fool card, you know, you're starting over. Being in love is great, you know. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, you know, being in love is great. It's just about making wise choices. If you like a particular type of individual, like if you're a guy and you like a particular type of girl or guy, or a certain, you know how, or like you're a woman and you like that bad boy type, or, you know, that guy that's just kind of rough around the edges, and you feel like you can change this person because you feel like you're just so good, or, you know, the thing is you can't change a person. I know I read this, it's a saying that goes, think about how hard it is to make changes within yourself. What makes you think that it's going to be any easier trying to change someone else? And I feel like that hits, you know, because it's like, you know, there are things that we know that we're dealing with, or issues within ourselves that we need to change and do better in, or we need to change, and we need to ways that we need to get out of. But it can be very difficult. Old habits do die hard. So with that in mind, you know, it's pretty much impossible to change a person. I mean, if a person loves you enough, then they will make the choice to change themselves, maybe. But we don't have that power or control over another human. So when a person shows you a part of them, when they show you who they are, like the other saying goes, you know, when a person shows you who they are, you believe it. Don't just listen to what people say and look at what they do. It's about sometimes the things they're not saying and the things they're not doing. It's about the entire picture. So anyways, I say all that to say, don't look down on love. Just walk into whatever new situation you find yourself a part of with a broader vision, and a better discernment. Because I do feel like this Princess of Cups is indicating that there is someone who is in the wait, who is going to be available to you. But it's about going into this next situation as a whole person and fully satiated, like this Nine of Discs, being fully fulfilled within yourself, being a whole person, and not going into another situation damaged and broken inside. Because if the next person is your actual person, twin flame, soulmate, you know, you don't want to inflict this trauma and bring that baggage into the next relationship, if that makes sense. Please clarify the Nine of Discs and the Princess of Cups for Gemini. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh. I'll get one more for the sign of Gemini. One more clarifier. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. Excuse me, what is this? And the Six of Discs. Excuse me. Pisces and Taurus. King of Cups. I feel like this could be your new person. I just felt like, and I don't know, I mean, it was just something that came to me because I'm about to break down this card in a different, you know, in its essence. But before I even get into that, it was just like Spirit just kind of saying, you know, this is someone who's like, you know, here's like, you see how in this Five of Cups, you know, they, of course, their cups have spilled over, and the contents of the cups are flowing out. But it's like this king is saying, here you go. Like I have, like he has so much love to give, It's like, here you go. It's like you're like you're stressing over this situation, but there's someone coming in the picture that is like willingly and just very cavalierly like giving you his cups because, and of course I'm saying his, but it's not gender specific again. Because they have a lot of love to give and they're just a generous person, and it's something that you're not used to. So but anyways, this card, in its essence, this King of Cups, if you notice, there's this tentacle that's kind of at his heel, and it's like he's saying, okay, yeah, I realize there's a tentacle that is wrapped around my heel, so I'm just going to toss this cup real quick. I'm going to bend down and remove it, and I'm going to just go on about my day. It's no big deal. I'm not going to get all hysterical and start having, a panic attack and all this. It's not going to serve me any good anyways. I'm just going to handle it and move on, and that's what, so that's also the energy for some people I'm feeling, this is just a tentacle and a setback. For some people, it can be a little more tumultuous than others, but at the same time, it's still, no matter how big or small, is a moment in time that you can absolutely get past. Just try to handle it in high vibration, and don't let it jade you or warp your perceptions, like I always say. But yeah, I feel like for some people, this is your person who is offering up their cups to you. Like, here you go, I got you. I love you, The Six of Discs. I feel like for a lot of people, this is just like a karmic, it's like, I feel like the situation has left you with, and it may not necessarily be like financially, again, because Pentacles, it represents, it's earth, it's earth signs, and it's like earth is the foundation that we're standing upon quite literally. And so I feel like this is the foundation, and for some people it very well could be a financial matters too, but I'm just saying I'm feeling like this is like a karmic comeuppance for some people in a good way. I feel like you've gone through a lot, and this is just kind of spirit saying, okay, I got you. This is for you. You have to be willing to accept it and receive it. As you see these figures, they have no issue doing that. They have their hands out and they're taking it. These are flowers that are pouring down. So that's kind of an indicator to me of like fruitful, like burgeoning, like there's none of this, like these are a few flowers, it's not a whole lot, but I feel like they're just going to keep flowing, like it's just going to keep flowing. I feel like karmically, the gift that spirit has for you, after this kind of tumultuous phase of your life and this tumultuous chapter, like, it's just going to start sprinkling down, and ultimately you're going to be standing in this very lush landscape, and you're going to have so many flowers and plants and seeds and crops and all types of stuff that have been cultivated, and before you even realize it. It's like the healing is going to be so organic, and you're going to just look up one day and say, wow, like, it's going to kind of hit you like, wow, I've really been through a lot. I know I have those moments sometimes, when I went through my divorce like a long time ago, and it just felt like it was just the worst time ever. And, I had little kids and I had to go to shelters and all this other stuff. And now I look back, I'm like, dang, like that was my life. It feels like a movie because I'm so far removed from it and so detached from it. And I'm feeling like this is what, and karmically, yeah, it's like little things would happen for me that I would be like, where did that even come from? You know, but it was just blessings, you know. So, and it's like I say, you know, you've gotten the lessons, because again, if it's not a blessing, it's a lesson, and a lesson is a blessing. You, you get what I'm saying? Like that was, anyways. But I mean, yeah. But that's the truth, you know. And it's and so you've gotten the lessons, and now it's time for the blessings. So just be mindful, you know, because again, you know, these few, they're just going to keep pouring from this point. You just have to be open and willing to receive it. And again, don't become jaded, because love is still in your, if you want this now, because some people, after they go through something like this, they're not really interested in going back down that road. And I'm feeling like for you, again, it's none of this. That's the major card that's kind of like in flashing neon lights is calling out to me, like, make sure you get yourself together first. Make sure you strengthen yourself, kind of spiritually feed yourself, focus on your work, your hobbies, your friends, you know, the positive relationships in your life. Definitely not the messy ones or the toxic ones, but all of those things that are a part of us that kind of make us feel complete and, of course, and fulfilled. Just keep growing, and so you can be stronger the next time around. And then if something should happen, or if it doesn't work out, which I feel like in this dynamic it absolutely is with this King of Cups energy, but if for whatever reason, you know, it didn't work out, it's not going to break you again. Like, you're not going to go back down that road, because first of all, the person that you're with, it's the type of person that, I mean, now the person that you're with or that you're going to encounter is going to be the type of person where if you end things, it's going to be amicable. It's not going to be all messy, and you're not going to feel all broken inside and, you know, and depressed and anxious, you know. You'll still be the same independent, smart, capable, resilient being that you were when you walked into this dynamic. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the sacred oracles really quick. And yeah, let's see what Spirit has to kind of sum this spread up, sum up this reading, and surmise the message. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get a couple of cards for Gemini? I just, all these cards, and it's like the same. I mean, I shuffle the mess out of these cards, and I just keep getting the same cards. But I guess it's just, I mean, in this particular deck, but I guess that's saying that, you know, I mean, it's a message for a lot of different people, and it stands true, where it says, fall in love with your own story. Fall in love with your own story. Don't let this situation of hardship or difficulties break you. Be an inspiration for someone else. Not that it's your responsibility to do that, but you know, our stories, they're comprised of a lot of different chapters and situations. You know, some are good, some are bad, but don't let me, matter of fact, let me break this down a little bit better for you. Okay, so the essential meaning of this card, because it's too much for me to just read on, and I'm already at the 30-minute mark, but the essential meaning of this card is sharing your story, accepting responsibility as the author of your own epic tale, revisiting the inspiration behind your brand story. And then the self-care message is a need to be wary of any negative stories you tell yourself about your circumstances and abilities, a desire to adopt or mimic someone else's story because you don't love your own, an incongruent brand message, the need to trust in your own story and communicate it honestly. So again, don't Like, don't be jaded and don't look at yourself or beat yourself up behind this situation. It is important, as always, because even when people put us through things, let's always take that time to look within ourselves and see, okay, is there anything in this situation that I could have done different? So I know next time what I needn't do. We have to face that, because people, I feel like in this situation, people were really messed up, and that's true. But you can't own other people's feelings or accountability for themselves. The only thing you can do is look inward and try to fix whatever it is within you that needs to be fixed. Definitely always be positive. Don't get jaded. Don't let this again warp your perception or make you angry or hostile or bitter, because there is love all around you, or it's coming. Those ripples, those tides and the current is starting to ripple, even if you don't see it. As you can see, it's around like I just said, the current, the tides, they're starting to ripple. Let me see what else. What does that story say you're great at? What does it say you need to work on? Are parts of your story tired and old and horribly out of date? What needs a rewrite? So what needs a rewrite in your story? So let's just focus on that, like making ourselves, like self-improvement, and making ourselves the best version of ourselves that we can be. This says unstick the stuck. Unstick the stuck. So if this is a situation where this person feels like they are just, like they can't escape, and again, it could be different variances depending on your particular circumstance, but it's about finding ways of making your exit strategy and getting out of an environment that's not serving you. And let me see what else. Being around people that have your best interest at heart, not wasting your time with people who don't value you or respect you. Busting out of sticky energy, breaking stagnation, seeing the pattern of your rut, integrating a message or a lesson, success. So I am seeing success, and I'm feeling that, you will definitely learn a lesson from this situation. And I don't think this is something that's going to be on repeat. I feel like whatever has happened this time around, because this may be kind of like a revolving door situation with a person, but I feel like whatever has happened in this most recent instance, it is it's pushing you forward. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that you are definitely becoming unstuck. Like, I feel like whatever happened this time, it hit a little bit harder than previous times. Okay, this says, your body is not trapping you. Your family is not trapping you. Your luck is not trapping you. Your life circumstances are not trapping you. What excuses are you holding on to? What is it that's got you stuck? Modern life can be so over the top that it can cause a traffic jam of epic proportions. Could you be missing cues that you're tired, exhausted, or needing rest? So that pretty much summed up exactly what I couldn't have said it better myself. So there's some introspection that needs to take place, and definitely a change of scenery, a change of pace, a new way of life, and removal of people out of your life, or removing yourself from a particular situation. Like whatever shoe fits, or whatever situation resonates for your personal circumstances. So there we have it, Gemini. I am, of course, a new channel, so I'm getting acclimated and accustomed to the recording aspect, trying to disassociate myself from the camera, because, as a reader, of course, I'm an intuitive reader, and it's something that, I've been doing for many years. But the content creator aspect and recording videos and stuff like that, and talking to strangers, pretty much through a lens. That's something that I'm getting used to, but I'm getting better day by day. So I do appreciate your patience. So if it felt kind of rambly or just like wah, just just know that it will improve, because I'm completely tuned in, but sometimes, you know, when you are, again, when I'm looking at this camera and this little red light flashing, and then I start getting random text on my phone as I'm trying to record, it can be a little distracting. But again, I am getting more familiar with it as I go. And like I said, this is the first of many more videos to come. So thank you for being here. Dawn Burgeons Tarot. Have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.